Hello, Tajid Delek. Welcome back. And very happy New Year. Can you believe that we are already in 2022? One time, 2022 seemed so far away, so distant. But here we are. We are already in 2022. We have already become 1 year older. We have already become closer to our end. Every second passes. We are moving closer to our death. Just as you are listening to this, we are approaching closer to our death. Imagine if you were to die tomorrow, how would you feel? In my case, I would be so scared because despite many years, I have not really prepared for that journey. So I do not have the confidence, let alone looking forward to a next life. So if you have practiced, if you have committed adequate time to practicing Dharma, then there is nothing to worry about, nothing to be afraid about. You can be confident and you can say that, okay, come on, death, I am ready. But if you are like me, then it is going to be very scary. Because we have not prepared. We haven't done our reservations for the next journey, next destiny. We haven't bought our tickets. We haven't reserved our accommodations. We haven't booked our flights yet. We haven't planned what to do in our next at our next destination. So it's very scary. However, the good thing is that we are still alive. The death has not knocked us down yet. We still have time. So we need to do something about it. So normally I tell people that New Year is the time for spiritual practitioners to look back to the past year and see whether one was able to do something meaningful last year. Were we able to apply, or first of all, were we able to commit time to practice Dharma, to listen to Dharma teachings? If we were, then were we able to integrate that into our life? Whether any transformation has occurred in us. Whether through these Dharma practices, through listening to Dharma teachings, studying various texts, whether or not any change, any positive change has occurred within us, or are we the same arrogant set in our ways that same person? Have we become more compassionate, kinder person, more tolerant person? If you see that there has been no change, then still it is okay. We are still alive. And we can make a resolution, make the year, make what do you call that, New Year resolution, be to really commit to Dharma, really to apply Dharma, to practice Dharma, whatever little we know. And when 2023 arrives, when we look back, we can be able to pat our shoulder and tell ourselves that you did well, I did well. I can see the changes, the effort I have put, and I can see the results that has produced. So we, from the beginning of this year, it is good to make a resolve, to really do something about this. Otherwise, every year it will be like this. A year will go by, and then we haven't done anything else. Every year we celebrate, we remind ourselves, but then it becomes kind of a routine, same old year. Nothing special, no progress. That would be very unfortunate and really waste of time. So Shantideva says, Mi tula tenesu tunye chu cheletu, to the chine nye kawe mongba tusu ni malos. Upon finding the boat of human birth now, cross the great river of suffering. O fool, there is no time for sleep, for this boat is hard to catch again. So that's what exactly I was referring to. It is like if we have to cross a river, if we need to get ashore, and if the mode of transport is only boat that comes only one time, and knowingly, if we fall asleep, if we miss that, it is too stupid, because there will be no more boat coming, and we will be left on the other side. We won't be able to cross that river. We all want to get to the other shore where there is lasting peace and happiness. But if we don't get on the only mode of travel, which is that particular boat, we would never get there. Likewise, at the moment, we have this, what is called the precious human life. And through this body, through this life, we can accomplish so much. We have all the conditions, all the facilities to really fulfill all kinds of aspirations. However, if we fail to realize the value of this body, then we will always be left on the other shore. We will never get to the shore that is the land of peace, lasting peace and happiness. So as Shantideva says, "O fool, there is no time for sleep." So Shantideva is telling us that we should not waste this opportunity. We should seize this opportunity and really try to cross that river of suffering, river of pain, ocean of pain. So what is the one that is really preventing us from wholeheartedly engaging in Dharma practice is the obsession over this life. Remember, we talked in the past classes that how our obsession, our attachment to this life's pleasure or appearances stains or spoils our Dharma practice. So, as and when we are able to destroy that attraction, that obsession, to diminish that obsession over this life, then we will be able to really focus on Dharma practice and will be able to maximize the use of this precious human birth. So that's why Lama Tsongkhapa says in the three principal aspects of the path, it says that Terjor nyega tsela long meba yang yang samna tsedi nangshe dos. The only way to really reverse our obsession to this life's pleasure and goals is to contemplate on the preciousness of our this life. Is this freedom and endowments are difficult to find. We must realize that. And life has no time to spare. So we need to contemplate on two things. First is how rare and how difficult it is to achieve this kind of human life, human birth. And then to contemplate on how easily or certainly we can lose this precious life, which is so valuable. And if that we can achieve again and again, then it's okay. We can lose it now. We can waste the time, waste it now. But it says that it is so difficult to find again. So in order for us to to eliminate the obstacle that is preventing us to really focus, really commit on Dharma practice is this obsession over this life. And that, in order to diminish that, we are going to discuss on our very first topic, which is about precious human rebirth or precious human life. So here what we are going to do is we are going to contemplate on how special this life is, the freedom and good qualities. This is so important. At the moment, we all have this special life. But how often we realize this? How often we feel that we are so fortunate to have this precious human birth. We don't even think that this is precious. So as long as we don't realize the value of our life, we are bound to waste it. It is like a beggar coming across a piece of diamond. But if the beggar failed to realize that what he has stumbled onto is really a piece of diamond, he wouldn't treasure it. He would throw it away. But if he realizes that, then he can really help himself from getting out of this, his own predicament. He can solve all that, what you call the basic needs problems. So likewise, we also need to realize and understand how special this life is. And then that is not enough. Like the beggar who stumbled onto that piece of rock, after he realizes that that's a diamond, he has to realize that what it can do. He must realize the value. So he must realize that if I sell this, I can get a big amount of money. And with that money, I can do this, I can do that. So likewise, after realizing how special this is, special in the sense that it is, it has free from certain unfavorable conditions, and then it has other qualities. So now, upon realizing that, then we also have to realize that how useful it is. What can we do with this body? What can we achieve? What can we accomplish through this body? So that's what we are going to look at. And then we are also going to contemplate on how difficult it is to obtain such a life again, because this body that we have achieved at the moment, it will not last forever. Sooner or later, we have to die. We have to leave this body. The body will disintegrate. As I said before, if we were to find that again easily, then it's okay to waste. But it is not easy to find again this kind of life that is conducive to Dharma practice. So that's what we are going to look at next. So upon reflecting on these three, then we will be able to at least loosen our grief on the obsession over this life. So in the Lamrim Chemo, this topic is explained in this kind of three main headings. So the first is identifying the leisure's endowment. In order for us to realize how precious this is, we need to first identify how that is precious, how this is something special. So we normally say that Deva Kyedan Jorba Chu, the body that is free from the 8 unfavorable conditions and which is endowed with the 10 endowments. So we will go through each of these. And after that, contemplating the great importance of the leisure endowments. So upon identifying these, what you call the qualities, but if there's nothing, if we cannot achieve anything important, then it's no point. But here you're saying that it can achieve so many things. And then that one does not last long. So that's what we will be looking at, contemplating the difficulty of attaining the leisure and endowment. So today we will just end here, that as kind of a, what you call that, kind of introduction to this topic. And then from next week, we will go through these three headings. Thank you.